What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today, we have a couple of things that we have to do in order to get this Bearcat started. First thing is first, Pilot Ryan mentioned in his video that if I were going to use a 2200, which is basically what I use for batteries and prop planes, guys, is like a 2200. Yeah, they're all 2200s. I have to be careful because right behind me I have an iron on the floor. Don't ask me why I got it on the floor. I have my helping hands here. Basically it's because I have a cloth tabletop here, and well, it's fine on the floor as long as I don't step on it. So hopefully we don't step on the iron during this process. But here's a couple of weights. Okay, these weights were included into the big F4U over there. Basically what happens is that cowl comes off the front and there's little slots for these bad boys to sit in. Well, with the battery size that I'm going to use inside of that F4U, which is like a 4500 to a 5000, you don't have to add these. So if you're going to use like a 3600 or something small like that, then you're going to have to add these two weights to the front. So what I'm going to do is, instead of adding the weights to the front of that, I'm going to take these weights and I'm going to add them to the front of the Bearcat. Somehow, some way, we will get them in there. It does have a nice wall right there. You see that wall right there? I'm thinking that I could probably drill it out a little bit without hitting the motor mount and stuff, so that I can slide those in there and glue them in. So that will be step like 5. Step 1 is getting this XT60 connector off of here, and I'm putting a Dean's plug on. I'm just a big Dean's guy when it's something small like this, guys. You guys might have your own preference, but I just don't see it necessary to have an XT60 connector on there. They are nice connectors, but none of my batteries are hooked up for XT60, guys, so that's another big reason. All of my small battery stuff, like for 3S, 4S, it's all Dean's plugs, which I've had pretty good luck with the Dean's plugs, guys. I haven't had any really bad luck with them. They do falter sometimes, but typically when that happens, they usually falter before you put the plane in the air, which is a huge, that's a big thing. That's a big plus. All of my 3S planes, like there, up here, they're all Dean's plugs. So I said, you know what? Let me dig through my box and try to find an old, I don't know, Dean's plug. So I found one. It was hooked up to this kibosh that I have here. And basically what this is this is a Hobby Wing 20 amp ESC that goes usually in one of these little 50 millimeter Raptors, F35 back there. That's what these guys fly on. So, yeah. So step 1, retrieve. Look at this. Look at this. Listen, you could tell this is a long time ago in my hobby career. This was a mess. Look at this. Look at this crap. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking. Maybe I was drinking that day. I don't know. No, I don't drink. So, something was wrong. But we're gonna retrieve this plug off of here, and we are going to solder it to there. And I assure you, my soldering skills have gotten a lot better since I've gotten into the hobby more. I am going to bring over something to lay on top of this wing so that I can cut it and I can solder over it. That way I don't melt my nice blanket that I have over this. And put a hole in the wing with some melted solder. So, yeah, guys, that's step 1. We're going to do that first, because I have to get this thing plugged in. Step 2 is digging out my 3S battery, which I believe is in my bag somewhere. It's down there in that bag. My 3S 2200. And then, just for now, this is an overkill, but just for now, I'm going to use one of these 8-channel tactic receivers just to get everything set up and bound and everything. And then what will end up happening is I'll take the 6S RB 6 the 6-channel receiver that's inside of that F15 out of there, and it'll be getting replaced with one of these 8-channel receivers. The other 8-channel receiver that I have that I bought will be going inside of the Raptor. But for now, man, look how good that L39 came out, guys. I sit here and stare at it when I come in here. It's like, I think maybe just a little, I don't know, a little conceited in a way, I guess you can say, just because it just came out really nice. And we went through a lot with that before we got it right. You guys remember the process. Well, she came out pretty nice. I look at her all the time. Some of the graphics were starting to fall off a bit. And what I did was I pulled the plane out of there, and I took a blow dryer on low heat, and I just went over all those graphics. And now they're nice and planted on the plane. So yeah, the 6-channel receiver will be coming out of there and going in this. I don't use anything less than a 6-channel receiver. So all of my receivers are either 6 or 8 channels. I don't have like a 4-channel or a 3-channel receiver. They're all either 6 or they're 8. And that's because you can use those other plugs for like lighting and stuff. So to have the extra channels available, they will actually work as a power supply to like lights and stuff like that if you wanted to use the other channels. But where we're at now is getting that XT60 connector off. We're going to take that off. Once that's off, we're going to put that Dean's plug on. We're going to let it set up. And we're going to go with the black tape. What I do is I wrap each wire individually, and then once each wire... Alright, so sorry about that, guys. The camera cut off. Yeah, so first thing, we're going to take this off, put the Deans on. We're going to tape it up individually. Each wire gets taped up individually. I don't use shrink tubing, not on Dean's plugs. On like EC5 connectors and stuff, I would. But for this one right here, it's just a couple of snips here, snip here, and then we'll solder that Dean's plug on. And then after that, I'm going to get the battery in it, and I'm going to balance this thing out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add one of the weights first. I'm going to put one of the weights in first. See if that balances it out. If that doesn't balance it out, then I'll put both weights in. I know that I probably won't need more than 2 of these. I mean, these are pretty heavy. I don't know what they're made out of. Either iron or steel. I'm not sure. It could be some type of lead as well, with a metal coating over it. But 2 of those feels about good enough. I mean, I think no more than 2. I don't think if I put more than 2, it's just gonna. I think that'll make it just, especially with a 2200 or 2250 battery in it. I believe that 1 should do it. 2 definitely will do it. Any more than 2 would be an overkill. This thing would be nose heavy. So yeah, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and prep this. I got my helping hands out. I'm gonna go ahead and prep this out and get that cut off of there and get the Deans put on, and we'll see you guys back here in just a few seconds. Peace. Alright, guys, so welcome back. We are done with step 1. Step 1. There it is, guys. Remember, on a Dean's plug, okay, so you don't have to check every time. Dean's plug, power is flat and black, negative is vertical. So just remember that. I know if you look at it like this, it's flat, but you're holding a Dean's plug like this, okay? Because it's also known as a T plug, okay? So you make the T, okay? And your T, your flat, is always going to be power, and your vertical is always going to be ground. That way you never have an issue with that ever again. Have I accidentally done it before? No, I haven't personally, but I've seen somebody do it, and they blew up their battery in their RC car. So, they actually plugged it in, and you can just imagine what happens after that. You fry your ESC, you fry everything. Everything gets fried. I mean, even servos can get fried in an instance like that. It's not a very good thing. The plane, it just literally just fries everything. It's not a pretty sight. The battery swells and blows up. It pretty much just sits there and starts smoking. And then there's also a very vicious pop in the beginning as well. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Red is vertical, or red is horizontal, okay, and black is vertical. So don't ever forget that. Here we go. Red, red, horizontal, black, vertical. You want to be holding it so it makes the shape of a T. Okay, the Dean's plug is also known as the T plug. Okay, so yeah, now that we've got that under control and out of the way, the next step will be to pull out my 3S battery, which I have one right here, but this isn't the one I'm going to use. This is an old Admiral 1600. I actually have, here it is right here, my favorite 3S battery in the bag, guys. Boom, 3S 2250. This is my pulse battery. This thing is really, really nice, and it's heavy. It is heavy. It has some weight to it, guys. So, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how much weight will this thing actually need in the front? You know, I'm thinking to myself, I wish I had a camera guy right now, but my son, he's in there playing his video games, and he's unable to join us right now. So, Dad's doing it by himself right now. It's cool, though. It's just vacation week. I'll let him be. He doesn't have to help me. But with that 2250 in the front, and like I said, these pulse batteries are quite heavy. I'm just kind of wondering. It still feels tail heavy, guys. I mean, just holding it in my hand, I can feel that it's tail heavy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the receiver in this thing, plug all the channels in, and then I have to bind switches to the flaps and the oh, hold on one second, guys, my alarm's going on. Dismissed. That's what time the kids get home. The kids usually get home from school about this time, so I have an alarm that goes off every time so that I can see them get off the bus, make sure they're getting off the bus and they're both there and they're okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this 8-channel receiver bound up to my Tactic 650 over there, and we're going to plug this little monster in, and yeah, we're going to see what happens. Hopefully nothing blows up or catches on fire. That's always a good thing. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. We're going to see where it's at. We're going to get it trimmed up, trimmed in, make sure everything's level, make sure all the surfaces are level and everything. And then once we have her all plugged in, we have her bound, and we have her up and running, I got to take that prop off. We'll bring her back. Yeah, we'll be right back, guys. Dave's RC, hold on. Okay, guys, so real quick, I thought while I have this going, I'll go ahead and show you the bind process on a Tactic radio. Very, very simple process, you guys. So make sure your throttle cut's on. Make sure your throttle's down. We don't want any craziness happening. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and plug it in. Now, you just soldered these ends on, but just because you think you're right and you know you're right doesn't mean you're right, okay? So just make sure your flat is red, your horizontal or your vertical is black, and in my case it is. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to plug this little snakester in, and then radio's on. Just like that, guys. Just like that, and I must have, well, that's my flap. That's my throttle cut. Okay. I have to go in here and set my my flaps. The flaps are already engaged for some reason, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix that real quick. So what we do is we go into the radio real quick, okay? We hit just enter on here once, and then we're going to go down here to 5 and 6 channel set, okay? Channel 5 is gear, so we're going to go to flap. We don't want to touch the gear right now because the plane's not up in a position where we can hit the gear. So we're going to go to channel 6, and we're going to select a switch. Here's our switch. Boom, all the way up. Look at that, guys. So there's our flaps already set. Just like that, as simple as that. Now we're going to back out. We're going to go up here to channel 5. We're going to select the switch. Now my gear switch is right here. This has always been my gear switch. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the plane. just like that. Now we select the switch. Now we're going to back out, and back out one more time. And let's see if these gear come down. Ah, look at that. We have Bearcat gear, guys. Look at that. I'll be damned if they didn't work right off. Hey, this Arrow's Bearcat is not bad, guys. I mean, it is what it is. Let's cycle these gear a few times, make sure we don't have a dynamo issue here. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so now we're going to go in here, enter. Then we're going to come down here to throttle cut, okay? Here's my throttle cut. We're going to hit throttle cut, control switch, right here, guys. Throttle cut on, throttle cut off, throttle cut on, throttle cut off. That's my throttle cut right there, okay? I'm going to escape out of here. My throttle cut is on, and that's where we want it. Now let's check out these ailerons. Okay, so the ailerons are backwards, elevator. All right, hold on. Hold this up right here, Kyle. What's going on there? Okay, all right, hold on. I see what's going on. Let me step around to the back here. I don't know how this happened or why it happened, but we have come undone here. All right, just bear with me, guys. I gotta put this back in. All right, there we go. Now she's in. Okay. Let's see if she's good. Okay. Oh my goodness. You know what, guys? I don't think that this clip on here is any good. Okay, all right. Let's try this again. All right. There's our elevator. All right. Okay, so it's okay. Rudder's backwards, and elevator's good. The elevator's good. Ailerons are backwards. So now, if your ailerons are backwards, here we go. We're going to go into the radio, guys. Real quick tactic tutorial. I'm going to go right in here. Servo. Set. Okay, servo set. Oh, see, okay, so that is aileron. We'll put that back to normal. The reason that the settings are a little goofy in this right now, guys, is because I took out the F35 and put it in the radio. I actually have 20 models in this radio. So, we're going to reverse that. That was okay. Let me check the throttle real quick. Throttle's good. So it's spinning. That is spinning the right way, so we'll keep that there. And then what else? Okay, and you see that right there? That was a mistake, you guys. I just made a big mistake, and if that prop was on this plane, it would have gone shooting off the table. That's why you take your prop off the plane, guys. I made a huge mistake there, and that could have been, you know, a bad thing if it hadn't been. The prop hadn't been off. So, there you go. Lesson learned, guys. All right, so now my rudder's going the right way. Ailerons are going the right way. We have flap 1. We got flap 2 all the way down there, huh? Wow, that's all the way down. We won't need that much, you guys. I'll go ahead and readjust that. So that's flap 1. Let me go here to Expo and dual rate. No, that's the wrong one. Okay. So we'll go back to the 5 and 6 channel, servo select, 5 and 6 channel. We're going to hit this. We're going to go to channel 6. Okay, now we're going to come all the way down here to offset. And then, which way is that going? There we go. There we go. And keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, that looks about right. Let me see. We'll go down a little bit. Put my throttle cut back on. Looks like 20 is going to be right where it needs to be, guys. Oh. About 18. All right, that looks good, you guys. That looks good to me. All right, so quick little tutorial from the Tactic radio, which is a very, very simple radio to use, guys. Very, very easy radio to use. Okay, so now that we've got the whole plane is bound up, everything's working, all the functions are working, I have my flaps set where I want periodically for now. The elevator's going the right way, even though I can already tell that that elevator is going down, which I'm going to be honest with you, the way I saw Ryan's plane take off the other day, guys, he needed a lot of down trim. So I'm going to leave it right where it's at. I think when I take off with this plane, it's still going to need some down trim on the elevator, I bet. I don't know what his mixing is from flap to elevator. I'll look into that and see what he's got and kind of base what I'm going to do off of that. But just remember, guys, this is not the receiver that's staying in here. This is just to get the Bearcat up and going. So, yeah, guys, I mean, pretty simple, huh? Pretty simple. Get that cover on there. Let's give a good look at our elevator. Rudder's going the right way now. Ailerons are going the right way now. And you know what, guys? I'm going to be quite honest with you. Just by the way it's looking right here, I probably won't even put any expo in. I might put a little bit of expo on the ailerons, but that elevator's fine. That elevator is just fine. Rudder's good. I actually probably would like a little bit more throw there. I don't know how I'll do that. I'll probably end up having to go inside of the plane. Well, no, it's already on the furthest one out. Shit. Huh. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I'm going to get any more throw out of that rudder. Probably don't need it. But that's it, guys. That is the quick and easy setup of the Arrows Bearcat. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, guys. My son reminds me of that every time we have a video going. And, you know, it's important to him, so I'm going to make it important to me as well. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and enjoy every video that comes out from Dave's RC, because we usually put a video out every other day, if not every day, every other day. We're typically doing something in here. And I'll be making a video here shortly for you, Roy, your P47 out there. And I don't think I got your email. I looked through 3 of my different email, and I don't think I got it. So I'll correspond with you in some way so that we can get the ball rolling on that P47. And I also have a brand new Dynam retract right here for you for that P47. Brand new. Hasn't even come out of the box yet. That will be sent with that P47. Just in case you have a problem. There already are 2 brand new retracts in that P47, but I'll send another one out with it. Just because both of those already have brand new retracts in them, so we're good there. But that's it, guys. The Arrows F8F Bearcat. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC. We got Kyle on the camera. We appreciate you guys joining us, as always. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You know the deal. Dave's RC. I'm out of here. Peace.